Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Autoglym wheel cleaning mousse. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So Autoglym wheel cleaning mousse, a pH neutral cleaner in an aerosol that they describe as clinging to the contours of your wheel to ensure total coverage with colour transformation technology. What do they mean by that very quickly? Well, if you've been following the channel or detailing in general, you know there's a category of products called bleeding fallout removers that are often described as kind of on the labels, because they've got limited time to go into details, as products which kind of dissolve away the iron on your car. And it's very important that this has got that in, because it's the first kind of one of these aerosol type cleaners that also incorporates this particular technology. What this chemical does, the sodium thioglycolic acid, or we'll call it TGA, is a chemical reaction occurs with the oxide or the rust layer that forms on iron, so Fe2O3. So this product, the TGA component, reacts with that iron oxide and turns it, I believe, into iron thioglycolic oxide, which is a purple substance, which is also water soluble at the time of the reaction. So it turns the oxide into a water soluble component, dissolves the oxide layer off of that bonded rust that's stuck onto your paint, and helps it easier to remove with either the pressure washer or the contact from the brush, so it dislodges iron fallout, brake dust that's stuck on from your wheel. So that's one of the important thing about this product. Next up, how much does this product cost? It's $12.99 for this 500ml rattle can. How many alloy wheels can you do with this rattle can? Well, it's quite full and quite heavy, but I don't know exactly because I haven't emptied the can. So put in the comments, if you have emptied the can, how many alloys you'll get out of it. Depends how much of this stuff you spray on. If you go nuts with it, then not that many alloys. If you use it reasonably sensibly, get the coverage, I think you'll probably be able to do about 20 to 24 alloy wheels. That could be a slight overestimate. That's just by guessing, by going what I'm seeing here. But if you apply loads, you might get as little as 10. So always with aerosol cans, you know, try and use them a little bit more sparingly, because you're forcing all the product out of the can. How do you use this product, guys? Well, first up, Autoglym have given you the instructions as always. Ensure the wheels are cool to the touch first, and that's going to help stopping the product drying out. So you do not want thioglycolic acids drying on the surface. Rinse the wheels first, so you could do a pre-wash, you know, and then pressure wash the wheels off. The key thing is, though, to make sure they're wet. Why? Because as we talked about in the introduction, when the TGA component reacts, the chemical reaction, the component, the iron thioglycolic oxide is water soluble. So that rinse water is also going to provide a medium to dissolve the reacted rust, if you like. So don't use this dry, because it won't be quite as efficient. Spray it on, make sure you get all of the coverage, and then leave it on the car for, it doesn't give you an exact time, but I would leave it for up to 5 minutes, as long as it's not drying. And then after 5 minutes, you work it with a brush to then help dislodge all of that bonded contaminants that this stuff has kind of reacted on. And then afterwards, you rinse all of the product off after you've done all your brush work and barrel work, and then dry the alloy wheel. Right, so finally, guys, this leads us on to the pros and cons, the important bit, my kind of opinion on this product. Let's go with the cons first. First up, guys, there is a high cost per wash, if you like, with this particular product at £12.99, and with the amount of alloy wheels it's going to be able to deliver, that cost per wash is going to be perhaps somewhere between 60p to £1 or something like that. So you can get much better on that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on, if you use different offerings or different formats of chemicals to clean your wheels. Okay, there's another negative with it that I found, is that when you're spraying this, wherever it lands, it it comes out clean. I was expecting it to come out like shaving foam, but it comes out like a liquid. It lands on the alloy and then it turns white and expands like expanding builder's foam, you know. And if you don't get the coverage behind the alloy wheel spokes, you can risk having bits that you haven't sprayed the product on. Because it clings so well, it's less likely to kind of run and then cover. So basically, just make sure you get the coverage good when you're spraying it. But the negative of that is you might need to spray a bit more than you would if you're just spraying a looser chemical which is prone to running a little bit more. So I made an observation of that and put it in there. Let's go up to the pros, guys. There's quite a few little pros with this. One, it doesn't stink. So normally the thioglycolic acid or the salt acids have a really pungent, eggy smell. There's a bit of a smell with this, but it's actually got quite a, I can still smell it. It's got quite a nice smell to it in there as well. So they're probably using a low odour version of it, and they've probably masked it quite well. It's the best smelling one I've ever used, which it doesn't really bother me if they stink, to be honest. I don't really care. But like for retail products and people that have not used TGA products before and they use them for the first time, they really honk. Some people don't like that, so that's a positive. The next positive, that it seems to have a good cleaning power, guys, and the reactive fallout removers do have a very good cleaning power, because they literally dissolve all of a big chunk of the kind of rust portion like I've talked about, and when you just use a fallout remover and spray it all over your wheels and even rinse off without contact, there's a very good impact to it. You shouldn't use them like that, but when you go in and then work them with the brush, they always tend to clean quite well, these bleeding fallout removers, and that's why I think they're popular as well. They clean in a way that normal detergents and alkalines are not able to clean by shrinking dissolving the rust layer, which is kind of why they're unique. The cling on the foam is very impressive, guys. I've shot just a quick video of me cleaning a moderately dirty alloy that's well maintained, that hasn't been cleaned for a couple of weeks, and you can see this stuff sprays on and it doesn't move at all. And that's important because it holds the product in place, and then the chemical reaction can take place. If it's sliding around and running off the car, then where it's not covered, you're not going to get any reaction and you're just wasting product. So it needs to cling well, and it clings incredibly well. I'm really confident in that. That's quite clever the way it does that. By having the TGA component in there, when you wash your alloy wheels with this stuff, you are also keeping fallout at bay a little bit more than you would if you're using just a normal kind of detergent. The argument perhaps is you don't always need to use a TGA based cleaner every time you kind of wash your alloys if you maintain them well, but it's in there so it will help clean them. So it keeps fallout under control is what I've got. The next thing is perhaps a smaller obvious thing, but anything that involves aerosol rattle cans, there's a convenience element to them, that they'll sit on your shelf in your garage, you go and grab it, you pop the lid off, you spray it, there's no pumping to get the foam, there's no decanting or mixing out of products or anything like that. It doesn't take up much space in your garage, and it's just quite convenient to have it ready to go and spray it onto your alloy wheels. So that was a positive. Okay guys, so final conclusions. I could have done with this product about 15 years ago in my life, when I had a flat, I had an underground car parking space, and I had all my detailing products kind of in one box. I had a bucket with some brushes and some mitts and a few small products. And back then, I wouldn't have wanted 5 litres of cleaner concentrate and, you know, be messing around with that stuff. I'd have wanted this product. So I would have been a customer for it at certain points, and I would have liked how it works, and I like how the product works from what I've seen of it. But I'm at a stage in my life now where about half my garage is dedicated to kind of detailing products, and I can have those cleaner concentrates in there, and that's just the way I do it. So should I talk about that in the review? Because like I say, Autoglym have been selling cleaner concentrates for years. They're trying to offer, I think, something different for the wider market that is very, very convenient, and it delivers on that. You can just grab it, spray it, use it as instructed and get good results. But the considerations with that is that your cost per wash is going to be higher, and I think the review needs to capture that. And that's the that's what people are going to have an issue with. They're going to say, well, it's very expensive to wash your alloy wheels with. If that's the case, go with the cheaper option, guys. But like I say, there will be guys out there, the majority of people that are not perhaps following the scene, that will get good use out of this and some decent results, and it doesn't take up a lot of space in the garage, and it's ready to pop off, spray on and roll. So that's how I see it, guys. Autoglym sent me a load of this stuff. I did the review on Polar Wash, Polar Blast, Polar Seal, and they sent me 2 of everything. So I'll be giving away one set of all of these Autoglym products to one of my patrons, one of my tier 2 patrons. So if you like the channel, guys, consider subscribing to the patron, and the URL, the link where you can go and click and see the patron channel is in the description. You can sign up for a minimum of $1 or 75p a month, which gives you access to the patron feed and kind of just some product reviews. There's a few videos on there that I don't put on the main channel, and some other behind the scenes kind of stuff. And there's a tier 2 patron thing, which is $5 a month, and then every now and then I do product giveaways like this. So like I say, consider subscribing, guys, because it's an important thing for me of how I kind of fund this channel. So thanks very much for watching. I've got to shoot some more videos now, so take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when